Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D. This will be my weekly video on what's coming up ahead with the astrology and what I get with the cards. I'll give you a little reading. So with this week, I hope people all were okay with the eclipse that happened on Monday. For us it was Tuesday morning. For other people it was more their Monday. I hope that all went well. For me it was quite energy was intense. It was a very hectic and busy day that came about, but I hope you all had dealt with it well and it wasn't as chaotic for you. So this week coming up ahead, today, the Friday the 12th, we do have Mars and Saturn still in alignment, so they're still in conjunction, and won't be till tomorrow and over the weekend where that will start to break away. So that can cause a bit of tension, even a sense of confusion. Basically, it's either going to be a strength or frustration with problems and issues that you're facing at the moment. It can make you feel even like you don't want to deal with things, that perhaps because it's in Pisces that you want to sort of hide from things or you don't want to face them. Might feel a bit lethargic or less motivated with that. Or it could be a boost to get through issues. It could it also can be more like frustration as well. It's my kitty cat there. She's asleep. So we've got that coming up. We also have Mercury getting close today. So tomorrow over the weekend, conjuncting the Sun, and this is Mercury retrograde. So this may be a thing of internal thoughts, or it might not be as vocal because retrograde. You might be pondering about life situations or life in general coming up with that transit. We've also got here Venus this one, the 16th. Mercury is going to be meeting up with Chiron. So again, Mercury retrograde having to meet up with Chiron, and then it's going to meet up with Chiron again when it moves direct later on. So this can be thinking about or bringing up issues. I always say Chiron's this emotional pain or turmoil. So things that are causing you distress or like painful issues. Again, you're going to be thinking about things. Might not be a day where you're able to sort of say the right words, and you might make things worse and have like put a foot in your mouth a little bit. Or could think your thoughts are bringing up the issues that are causing you a bit of distress. Okay, we're getting closer to the Jupiter, Mercury, and Uranus conjunction. So that will be conjuncting at the end of so next week. So my next week's video, I'll be talking more about that conjunction there, which is a positive. I feel like it's a more of a positive conjunction. We've also got Venus, which is on the 18th, going to meet up with the node. So with that, I feel like it's about it's to do with your life path, destiny, Venus, relationships, money here. So this can be a moment where things are brought up about destiny, about certain relationships that you have in your life, things about financial things that you've also got in your life coming up. So all those things will be sort of coming ahead when that transit happens. So what I've got for this week coming up is I was getting intellectual, like use your brain. So I feel like this is a week where you're really going to have to think about things, know what you're talking about, or know your points first, using your intellect, your knowledge that you know to get through the week. I've got research, don't be taken for a fool. So again, I feel like a lot of this week that's going to come up is going to be things where you're really going to have to know what you're talking about, know your things, not something you can just bluff your way through. Block out any negativity, so any sort of negative and stuff, try and block it. The week of trying to be more positive and block things out. Got to know your rights, your power, and your strength. This could be a week where you might have to face up to bullies. You could be having to face up certain people. You've still got all these Aries energy where it could be like you're showing out your passion, your drive, and you're having to stand up to people. So it could be a week where but know what I feel like this week's going to be very important to know what you're talking about, and also to not taking for a fool as well. and to show people your strength and show people, you know, that you're not just a pushover as well. Things being blown out of proportion. So there could be things coming up this week that are just blown out of proportion. People getting a bit emotional here, or emotional, like judgmental as well, could be coming up. I feel like it's a week to be active, like maybe you'd be walking, like physical. I think it's a good week, or a week where you need to be active, going out there, getting what you need, what you want. Wait and see the bigger picture. So you've got all these mixed energies, but I feel like in a tough situation that comes out and it's a sort of sticky situation, wait to see what the bigger picture. I feel like because you can't speak retrograde, because we're in a retrograde, you don't know the bigger picture. You haven't seen everything yet, so you need to wait till you get the full information before you can act on it. Know what you want. You can feel like being blocked, so you might feel like you're being blocked in certain avenues, or whatever you're trying to put in place, and try to create a balance. So this week is about creating a balance, or a life balance here as well. So I feel like even though we've got a lot going on with Mercury conjuncting the Sun, conjuncting Chiron, and then coming to you got the Venus, and then also to Mercury will also then will also conjunct the node as well too, which I didn't see that. So when you're conjuncting Chiron, okay, so it's conjuncting Chiron the 16th, so probably more next week we're gonna have 6 things. Let's go forward and just see if we're gonna have it conjuncting the node Mercury conjuncting Chiron too. So let's just go forward and see. So if I go to the, let's just put the 17th down in my site here that I use to, yeah, so you're looking around the 18th as well, 17th, 18th, that Mercury also, Mercury 19 of Aries, Venus 14, node, so that conjunction is happening for a few days, and node is 15 degrees, so probably happen maybe more next week. They're very close together. 19. Edit. Okay, let's go to the 18th then. Let's have a look. This is one thing I didn't make sure. Venus 15th, Mercury 18th. Okay, so they're not quite meeting. Mercury won't quite meet up with the node yet. They'll probably more next week that then meets up, but it's still very close to it though, which is all about thinking. So even though we've got a lot of things going on, I feel like the main thing about this week ahead is about just being sure of yourself and sure what you know is true, or if it's a certain subject, know what you're talking about. I feel like it's going to be very important, because in this Mercury retrograde, to know your stuff, know what you're talking about, to get through things, or to deal with certain people as well. Okay, so let's do some cards for the week ahead. These cards are setting out at me, so I need some different cards today. Well, let's have a look here what we have coming up. I feel like it's going to be a good week to revise visiting things that haven't been finished, or things that have been left unsaid. I feel like it's about being revision or revising with those things too. With the eclipse that came up on this past week, it'll be interesting what happens within the next 6 months till the next eclipse too, which is September, October. We've got eclipses coming up, September, October. I look for things in my September. Okay. Yeah, October, September, we've got eclipses coming up again. Okay. There is a sense here of someone's got your back. So if you feel like someone's got your back, that also could be a card of, I feel like, of romance and love. It's a card of, I feel like, of knowing that balance that you need to. There's also a sense here of money or financial gain coming up too for you, and having a very, like, trying to be very peaceful, creating a very peaceful time around you this for this month. And it's like, I just feel like it's a week where it's like a warrior here. You're coming out like a warrior. Honestly, be careful of scams, be careful of people trying to put things over you. I feel like that there's an energy here of people trying to like scam other people, like scamming's going haywire here, or manipulate, or even like devalue you or what you know, or trying to sugarcoat things. I feel like be careful of those people around you. There is a sense of like letting things go, letting emotional loss or things that are holding you up, letting it go. Also, I feel like there's a sense of judgment here, like judgment or being judgmental. So I feel like there's a thing about being careful of certain judgments as well. But it's like there's people here who are very loyal, who do stand by you, who are going to be there for you this week. There's like a race to the finish line. So I want to say, do take your time and make sure you've got things done correctly. But it's almost like this race here to get things done, like a panic that I feel like these dolphins in the water, they're jumping out, but to me it's like they're racing to the end of the line. It's a panic here. I feel like that it's people might be trying to shower you or manipulate. There's like manipulation here with these cards. Both these cards to me, it's a bit like manipulating. They're showing you, this person here showing you a lot of wealth, money, but you want to be very careful before you enter in a situation here. There's more than meets the eye. And even with this one here, there's a lot of gifts coming out, presents, but again, I feel like there's a manipulation that they're buying you, or bribing you, or buying you. Could be emotional blackmail here coming up. So I feel like just be careful, or just sit and wait, just to see what happens first before jumping into it as well. But then there's also a sense here, like there is money coming up even for this card, but I do feel like there could be some sort of financial gain prospects coming up here. Maybe even with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that's building up here. There is financial gain for you, and a happiness and fulfillment with that too. Okay. And it's like you might feel like you're turning your back on a group of people. So this could even be a week where you're turning your back. Then you look closer to this card. It looks like, to me, I don't think it's meant to be, but in my eyes, it looks like that there's a lot of these little creatures here at the background. So it could be this person here turning them back on a certain group of people. They don't fit in anymore, or that they don't see the same things. Here, you're going on a different path, which is a big change coming up here for you, realizing that you don't need certain people in your life perhaps this week. So that's what I feel like with that. Let me get a channel, see what's coming up for this week ahead. This week is going to be a fantastic week for those who like change and want to recreate their lives. For those ready to start something new and gain prospects of wealth, and also of a life that is quite lighter than where you have been now, this is the week for you to start and take those actions. For you prepare to take those actions, and then you can move them in action after the retrograde. There's also a week where you're keeping in touch with others that you haven't had contact with months or years even before. It's time to open your eyes, see new beginnings, see new prospects, see how the wealth can grow without being through the normal lifelines. See how you can do things with your money and with your wealth in a different way, where people can least expect it. For the money is going to change very soon, and income is going to change even more. They're gearing up for the big changes. For those of you who are smart, have done your research, who know where things are going, who have things in every little areas will be able to gain a lot more insight and knowledge and get through the troubled times. For those who are sitting back and not believing in what is coming, you'll be in a big shock waiting for you to come around September. There is more than meets the eye with everything that's going on around the world, and for things will be coming out one by one, slowly but surely, with your leaders thinking they are the ones at play, who are really being played and manipulated by the ones behind the scenes, for the people that we cannot see, the masked man's behind the shadowed curtains. This will all come out to play soon enough, but in the meantime, this week is for you to enjoy, relax, but know what you're talking about and research and get ready for what's to come. Okay. Okay, this is it. And do some cards and then that will be it. I'm going to go to these cards here. I mean, this Mercury retrograde has brought interesting people. I even had a client this week who was a very interesting man. I don't know if that helps him, but interesting mental health and things that also I think it's been bringing up, especially with these conjunction of Mars and Saturn too. Okay, let's do these 3 cards. 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Card number 1. This card here. So this card, I always feel like there could be someone leaving. It could be an ending, but it's not all bad news. Right now, you might think it's a bit of a shock. It's bad. It's devastating because it's a bit rainy, stormy weather here. But the flower is still in bloom. It's behind the cat here. But to me, it's like the battle might not be over. You're still going to win the war. It's not all bad news with the person leaving. You just can't see it yet. You're just going to have to wait and see how everything plays out. But it's going to be in your favor with this card. Card number 2. Right here. This card's about creating a balance. It's about creating unity. It's about creating community. It's about creating people and lifeline around you that understand you. It's also about creating abundance. It's about reuniting your fire, reuniting what it is that you want in your life as well. 2. And it's about not forgetting what's important and what you really want to be working on. And then this card here now, card number 3. Attention to detail. Everything you do this week is about attention to detail. It could be a cake that you're making, perhaps, but there's money to be gained for the details that you need to pay attention to. It's about really working hard this week, not losing sight of the prize. Also, it's about, I feel like it's about really just concentrating what's important to you as well, and letting things go that doesn't need to be seen anymore with this card as well. So that's it for my video for this week ahead. In 2 weeks time, I will be in Mingara for the Central Coast for the day. So my cakes and cookies there. I'll be doing readings. I'll also be having a talk to do as well. Let's just change sides. I'm doing a talk as well on the day. Come down. There's a lot of readers there. It's like 2 big rooms that fair every few months that I'm there. It's a good fair. So I'll be there. Also, 21st of April. And then I do have another platform in June. In May, I'm in Canberra for Boho Lux there for the weekend. Looking forward to that. It was a very busy fair last year. And then I've just got things later in the year, like September and then also October as well. But any other events that come up in the meantime, I will let you know too. Alrighty. That is it from me for this week. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments. And I will see you for my next video. Okay, let's see. So, wrong mouse. Okay, so bye for now.